Viewer beware. After you learn these 5 video editing shortcuts, you're going to wonder how you ever survived without them. Context is key, so I'm going to show you a real-world example and how you might be accomplishing it now without the shortcut, and then after, once you've learned the shortcut. I'll be in Premiere Pro, but you should be able to apply these shortcut concepts to any major editing software. We have our project open, and here's the first situation. You want to take this file right here and deliver it to your colorist so they can work their magic. So you might zoom in, try to memorize this file name, then you'll open up a Finder window, click into the folder, and you're looking for something that ends in C001, and it looks like it's right here. Found it. Okay, let's try that again. I want to deliver this file to my colorist. Instead of searching through a folder and trying to memorize names, I hit my hotkey, and there it is. This shortcut is called Reveal in Finder in Premiere Pro, and I have it mapped to a hotkey on my keyboard. Here's the next scenario. You want to find this audio file in your bins. So you might come to the front of the file, check out the file name, open your mix bin, and then your stems bin, and there's the file. Now let's take that again. Make sure your file's selected, hit your shortcut, and there it is. This is called Reveal in Project in Premiere Pro, and I also have this custom mapped to my keyboard. The next scenario is that you want to duplicate your sequence. Perhaps you're about to make some big changes and you want to save what you already have. So we can come over here, we see the sequence number is 01. We'll go to our sequences bin and open it. This is not it. It's not in here. Okay, here it is. Now let's take that again with a shortcut. We want to duplicate this sequence. We just make sure it's selected. We hit our shortcut, and there it is, revealed in our project window, ready to be duplicated. In Premiere Pro, this shortcut is called Reveal Sequence in Project, and again, I have it mapped to a key on my keyboard. Here's another scenario. You want to find a different take for this shot. So you might zoom in on it, notice the name, open your string out, which is what I call an assembly of raw takes, and you might scan around until you see it visually, or you might look at the name, which it looks like this is the take we're using, so we're going to want to pick a different take. Let's try that again, but this time we're going to use 2 shortcuts. First, I'm going to select the clip we're currently using, and I'm going to use a shortcut called Match Frame to bring it up in our source monitor. There it is. Now I'm going to go to our string out assembly, and I'm going to use another shortcut called Reverse Match Frame, and it will make our playhead jump to that exact frame that's pictured in our source monitor. There it is. Now, if this were a real string out and not just an example, I would have all the takes of this shot lined up next to each other, so I'd quickly be able to see what take I'm using and what my other options are. This in particular was a real game changer for my editing process. You might have noticed that these 5 editing shortcuts have a common theme. I would call it searching in reverse. If you're like me when I started out, when I wanted to find something, I would go to a bin or go to a folder and search around. Now I just go to my timeline and I reveal the file I'm looking for. If you want to map these shortcuts to your own keyboard, you should check out the Keyboard Shortcuts panel in Premiere Pro, the Keyboard Customization panel in DaVinci Resolve, or the Commands panel in Final Cut Pro. And you can search for the shortcuts Reveal in Finder, Reveal in Project, Reveal Sequence in Project, Match Frame, and Reverse Match Frame. If you got value out of this video, please subscribe, and you might want to check out my free editing guide at the link in the description. And now that you know how to use these shortcuts, you should watch this video next. Happy editing.